न तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लाङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्। नमयों विष्णुपादाय श्रीगौरप्रियमूर्तये श्रीमते भक्तिवल्लभतीर्थगोस्वामिनामिने। कृपया क्षमतामपराधिजनं कलुषायुतसक्तसुदीननरम् सुपथे परिचालय सर्वदिनं प्रणमामि च माधवदेवपदम्। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। So the last few days we were going through the life holy biographies of various Vaishnava Acharyas, associates of Srila Prabhupada and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's been, I think, 4 or 5 days since we have not read Srimad Bhagavatam. Again, tomorrow we have another Tithi, day after tomorrow another Tithi, so we have to give another break. I think till 14th of this month there are some or other Tithis. 14th is the last. From then there is, like our Srimad Bhagavatam recitation will be continuous. Now, we are going through the 7th canto, 1st chapter, wherein Parikshit Maharaj inquired Sukadeva Goswami, why does the Lord take the side of the demigods? We heard that the Lord is impartial, the Lord is, no one is dear to him and no one is his enemy. Then why does he take the side of the demigods and not the demons? Sukadeva Goswami talks about the 3 modes of material nature and the time. By the influence of time, one of the modes of material nature becomes prominent, and at that time, that Lord, favors that mode. Favors means whatever mode of material nature is more prevalent, it is seen that the Lord is taking that side because the modes of material nature have come into existence from the Supreme Lord only. Even though he is away from the three modes, because it is his creation, it appears that the Lord is behind this particular action. But it is time. It is the influence of time. When one particular time is predominant, at that time, one kind of a mode of passion or ignorance or whatever it is becomes prevalent, and it seems that the Lord becomes manifest in that particular mode. But in reality, the Lord is impartial. You see, even though he takes the side of the demigods, that is seen to be taking side of the demigods, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in one of the purport writes that Putana was a demon who had come to kill the Lord, but in spite of that, he gave her the position of a wet nurse. And when the mode of passion is predominant, at that time you see the demigods become victorious over, demons become victorious over the demigods. Sometimes demigods are victorious, sometimes demons are victorious. Because it depends on what kind of mode is more predominant at that time. Then, saying this, Sukadeva Goswami says, I want to mention one incident that supports or substantiates whatever I have answered so far. Your question will be well answered by, this particular example. In the Dwapar Yuga, Yudhishthira Maharaj has performed a Rajasuya Yajna, in which several rishis, munis, kings got assembled. And in that particular assembly, Shishupala, who was always using ill words, foul words towards Krishna, was killed by Sri Krishna. He was always abusing, always using bad words, ill words. He was killed, but in front of everyone, he got Sayujya Mukti. His Atma got merged into the Supreme Lord. Now Yudhishthira Maharaj asked this question to Narada Goswami, that even one-pointed devotees cannot attain this kind of a liberation so easily. It's not so easy for any person to get, merged into the Supreme Lord. Then how come Shishupala, who had been deriding the Supreme Lord for so many years means right from his childhood, not recently. He never performed bhajan. Okay, now, some influence of bad association it has happened, but he performed bhajan, let me bless him. No. Ajamila's case, he did bhajan, but later he associated with bad person and then ultimately everything got changed. But not in the case of Shishupala. Right from his childhood he was like this. So how could Shishupala be delivered, and how could he get, the merging into the Supreme Lord, even though he has derided the Supreme Lord so much? This is very much astonishing. I want you to, describe this in detail. In this manner, Yudhishthira Maharaj had inquired from Narada Goswami. Being thus inquired, Narada was extremely satisfied, and he tells that, I am greatly pleased with your question, because by this one will get an opportunity to hear and speak about the glories of Supreme Lord. Any topic that reminds one about the glories of Supreme Lord, that engages one in speaking and hearing the glories of Supreme Lord, is glorious, is a very, very precious time to that time is very precious or properly utilized. So Narad Goswami says that though a living entity experiences blame or praise, insult or praise, principally because of his identification with the body. The self is beyond the body, but whatever insult or praise that one is experiencing, it is because of his ignorance. He thinks that he is the body, and thus this praise and insult, one will get either delighted in praise or they will get completely demoralized when they are insulted. But they are ignorant fools. Hinsa tad abhimanena danda parushya yorthata vaishamyamiha bhutanam mamahamiti parthiva. हे राजन, এই শরীরের অভিমান থাকায় প্রাণীবর্গের আমি ও আমার এইরূপ বৈষম্য হয় এবং এই প্রকার বৈষম্যবশতই পীড়ন, তাড়ন, হিংসা ও নিন্দা হইয়া থাকে. My dear king, to Yudhistira, Narada is telling, my dear king, because of the false vanity or false identification with the body comes the concept of I and mine. I and mine is because of the identification with the body or false vanity, mundane vanity. Because of that, I and mine concept is there. This kind of discrimination, this belongs to me, this does not belong to me. This kind of discrimination is there because of wrong identification of the self or misidentification of the self. And this discrimination of this belongs to me or doesn't belong to me becomes the cause of giving pain or getting pain. It becomes the cause of getting punished or giving punishment. It becomes the cause of being, committing crimes or become a victim of crime or to blaspheme. So these things, troubles, chastisements, enviousness and insult, all these things are happening because of the misidentification of the self. Means because of the discrimination that this belongs to me, this doesn't belong to me. That is why we see one country is fighting with another country because of this belongs to me, this land is mine. How can this land be owned by other country? So because of this only there is fight. Because of this only there is discrimination, and there is chastisement, insulting, giving troubles, throwing bombs. All these things are happening because of this. When it becomes Vasudeva Kutumbikam, when we come to know that we all belong to one family, that is of Vasudeva, then there is no trouble. Now because we have marked ourselves as belonging to this family, this country, this nation or this, we are fighting with the fellow family members or the neighboring family members or the neighboring country members. But the scriptures talk about Vasudeva Kutumbikam, that we all belong to the family of Vasudeva. This is what the Vedas talk about. Because originally we are all from Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, Atma is from the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, and the body and the Atma has assumed various bodies, which again is an outcome of Supreme Lord's potency. But because of our misidentification in this material world, we think that this body belongs to me, that body belongs to him or her. Therefore, I shall work for my body's pleasure, even if it gives trouble to others' body. This kind of thing happens. But when we live in that concept that Vasudeva Kutumbakam, that we are all belonging to one family, when we are going in a train together, then we got a seat from Krishnanagar to Sialda, very nice. Some person standing adjacent to us, Prabhuji, my legs are paining, please stand, please give me some seat. Mataji, please give me some seat. Go and search there. That portion is going to get emptied very quickly. He will get down in the next station. Go and take that. We will not be ready to get up. But our own friend is there standing next to us, or our wife or husband or child, whatever it is. We will say, sit, sit, sit. He will say, no, you sit. He will say, no, you sit. You sit. Why? Someone is there, then we immediately rush so that nobody else sits. But if our family member is there, you sit, you sit, you sit. Why? Love, affection. We think that he or she belongs to our family. But he doesn't belong to my family. Therefore, let him stand, let him suffer. What big deal? So, if we are living in this Vasudeva Kutumbikam, we belong to one family, then there is no trouble. So, here Narada Goswami is telling that this, because of the discrimination of I and mine, this problem is there. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says in the commentary, you see, in order to understand these examples, you have to stay in India. Outsiders may not be able to understand this because the trains are empty. They can sit leisurely. There is no problem. We have population problem. So outsiders may not be able to relate. What is this? Why? No, there are so many seats available. Why should one stand? Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, Tad abhimanena, sei ajnana kalpita dehe अभिमान वशतई ए व्यक्ति अमा के निंदा करिते छे स्तुति करिते छे इत्यादि द्वारा दुख और सुख उत्पन्न होय. You see, because of our ignorance and our identification with this material body, we are getting happiness and distress because of getting praise or insult. The root is that our identification with the body, or further root if you go, ignorance. So due to ignorance, we are sometimes in happiness, sometimes in distress. In a dream, you are sometimes very happy, sometimes very morose. How does it really matter? In the morning it's going to break anyway. You will realize that, oh, that was a dream. Neither is that happiness going to stay long, nor the distress is going to stay long. It's going to be gone. In a swapnabham astadishanam purudukha, it's gone in a flash. In a similar manner, in this material world, while living also, we are identifying ourselves with the body. Therefore, we are sometimes getting pain, sometimes getting pleasures, because someone insulting us or someone praising us. সেই রূপ এই ব্যক্তি আমাকে হিংসা করিতেছে ইহাতে হিংসাও হয়. And sometimes, oh, this person is the cause of my trouble. He is, giving trouble to me. Therefore, I shall also trouble him. Because tit for tat. If he is giving trouble to me, I should also give trouble to him. He should not live in peace. So, this again is because of the body. You see, we heard Jadabharat, he was not at all affected when Rahugana was speaking such criticizing words, or he was using abusive words to Jadabharat. He was not at all moved by any one of those words. Why? Because he thought this for the body, not to me. This is his ignorance that he is talking about my body. He didn't really react. Therefore, the pure devotees, they don't get, disturbed very quickly. How much ever ill words that you use, they don't get disturbed so easily. Whereas people like us, we get disturbed immediately. Nobody has to say anything, just point finger like this. Why are you pointing finger towards me? Immediately. We don't have to say anything. So this is our, what do you call, degree of attachment to the body. But someone is coming, therefore someone is, committing harm. Oh, I shall see you. I shall see your end in this manner. কখনও কাহারো প্রতি দণ্ড এবং পারুষ্য নিষ্ঠুর ব্যবহার অর্থাৎ তাহাকে আমি হত্যা করিবই এই রূপে তর্জনও হয়, and sometimes giving punishment, sometimes using very very what do you call, abusive words or very harsh words that would give trouble, that I shall see your end, I shall finish you. So using very harsh words that give trouble to others, sometimes we are at the receiving end, sometimes we are at the giving end. It's all because of ignorance. এই প্রকার প্রাণীবর্গের মধ্যে এই সংসারে এই সকল ব্যক্তি আমার শত্রু, ইহারা বন্ধু, আমি ইহাদিগকে বধ করিতেছি, ইহাদিগকে পালন করিতেছি, এই প্রকার বৈষম্য হইয়া থাকে। Therefore, among these living entities, there is constant thing like, oh, he is my enemy, he is my friend. I am going to finish this fellow, I am going to take care of this fellow. I shall take care of him, I shall kill him. He is my friend, he is my enemy. This is there in all the living entities in this material world, principally because I and mine, the concept of I and mine. Therefore, I shall take care of him, I shall kill him. Yan nibaddho abhimano ayam tadvadat प्राणिनां वधः तथा न यस्य कैवल्यदभिमानो अखिलात्मनः परस्य दमकर्तु हि हिंसा केनास्य कल्प्यते। जे देहेर जन्य अभिमान से देहेर नाश हইলে प्राणीगणेरो नाश হয়। Those who have identification with the body, when that body dies, they think they are also dead. Because their identification is with the body. If the body is dead, even though the Lord is telling that na hanyate hanyamane sharire, even though this body is gone, Atma is not gone. Atma is eternal. But those who have identification with the body, they will think that the body is gone, that person is gone. When the son is dead, when the mother is dead, when the father is dead, then we say, mother is gone. Where is she gone? Father is gone. Where is he gone? He is there right in front of you. Son is gone. Whom you have seen as your son or a mother or father is right in front of you in the form of a body. That body is not gone, that body is still lying. Why are you saying he is gone? He is there in front of you. But we are thinking, although we are saying that the Atma has left the body, but all through our life we are only seeing the body. All through the life. And we are thinking that the body is my son, the body is my father, the body is my mother, that body is my sister or brother, whatever. Therefore, for living entity, the moment the body is dead, according to them, the person is dead. Because of the misidentification. Bhagavan Vishnui Sarvabhuter Atma Evang Advitiya Baddha Jiver Nai Tahar Ami Amar Ityakar Abhiman Nai. But Supreme Lord Vishnu is present as Atma in all the living entities. Therefore, he has no identification of I and mine. He is present as Atma in all the living entities. So when he is present as Atma in all the living entities, where is the concept of I and mine? This is there in the living entities. In the previous verse we heard that the living entities, they are misidentifying themselves and then they are discriminating I and mine. But the Lord is present everywhere. He is there in all the living entities. Therefore, he has no identification of I and mine. अतएव ताहते हिंसा ओ पीड़ादीर कल्पना की रूपे संभव. So if there is no concept of I and mine in Supreme Lord, how can there be the concept of giving trouble to others or showing enmity towards others? Where is the possibility? Do you understand? When I think that I am this and he is that, when we see that discrimination belongs to me, doesn't belong to me, then there is enmity or friendship. But the Lord is present in all the living entities as Atma. Therefore, there is no such discrimination as this belongs to me, this doesn't belong to me. Everything belongs to him. Therefore, where can there be the question of enmity, giving trouble, enviousness, killing, protecting? Where can that be? How can that be possible in the case of Supreme Lord? You see how nicely it is being answered. The question is that why the Lord takes the side of the demigods. Here he is telling, it will get answered of course as we go along, the things will become more and more clear. But another point to consider is the Lord is present in all the living entities, he is also present in the demons. Is he not there? The demons are living means Lord is there in the demon body also. So why would he show enmity towards the demons in the first place when he is living in them also? He doesn't think that, oh, demigods belong to me, demons doesn't belong to me, not like that. Tahar dveshya va dveshta kehoi nai. Nobody is an object of hatred to him and nobody can hate him. Nobody can hate him. Why? Because he is present in everyone. Who hates the self? Everyone loves the self, isn't it? So what is self? Self is Atma. Atma, where is Atma coming from? Supreme Lord. Therefore, even though outwardly people may say, oh, I don't like Krishna, I hate like Kansa, etc. or Hiranyakashipu, he is my enemy. But actually, because he has identified with himself with the body and his kingly attire and his supremacy, he is thinking that Krishna is enemy. But actually he loves his self so much, means the self is Atma. Atma is nothing but Supreme Lord Sri Krishna or potency of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. So no one is his enemy or nobody, he is enemy of nobody. He has no enemy and nobody, he is an enemy of no one. So because he is Atma in all the living entities. Tabe je tini asuraganer danda vidhan koran se keval tahader hiter nimittai. But you see that the demons are punished, it is his special mercy on these demons. For the welfare of the demons, the Lord is punishing them. Now it appears that the Lord is taking side of the demigods and killing them killing the demons. No, he is punishing by which it brings their welfare. Like mother or father chastises the child. Mother has two children, let's say. One is very nice, studious. He does his things so nicely, perfectly, and he follows the order of mother and father. And the other one is just the opposite. He is so naughty, mischievous, doesn't listen to the parents, doesn't do what is to be done. He is stealing, he is beating others, he is bringing all complaints to the house. So mother is chastising the whom? The good one, the bad one? The bad one. Now does it mean the mother is envious of the bad one? She is having lot of enviousness towards this bad one and therefore she is beating? No. It is for the welfare of the bad son, mother or father chastising, beating or giving punishment. Not that the mother or father is discriminating between the two children. The other one is behaving properly, nicely, there is no point in trying to, punish him. But the other one, the second one, or whoever it is, he is doing mischief, therefore he needs to be punished. So, here Narada Goswami tells to Yudhishthira that the Lord has no side. He doesn't take anyone's side because he is present as Atma in all the living entities. He has no enemies and he is enemy of nobody. But still he punishes the demons out of his love towards them to bring their welfare. उनको बोला 10 मिनट थोड़ा बंद करें, सारा दिन पड़ा है उनके पास. Yan nibaddha, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, Je dehe nibaddha ei abhiman, sei deher vadhi bad boliya अज्ञानी गणेर निकट स्वीकृत সেই রূপ যে কৃষ্ণের প্রাকৃত অভিমান মাত্র নাই সেই পরমেশ্বরের হিংসাকে কল্পনা করতে পারে কে করতে পারে. So he is telling that those who have misidentification of the body, only for them this discrimination to protect or to kill will come, and they think that the body is dead, the living entity is dead. But Supreme Lord, for Supreme Lord, that kind of misidentification is not there. Therefore, who can, how is it possible that there is this discrimination, the Supreme Lord? কেহই নাহে এই অর্থ, তাহার অভিমানের অভাবের কারণ কৈবল্যাৎ তিনি পরমাত্মা বলিয়া अद्वितीय अर्थात वैषम्येर अभाव हेतु अखिलात्मा भगवानेर हिंसा नाय. The reason for his not having enmity towards anyone is he is Akhilatma. He is present in everyone as a soul, super soul, soul and super soul. Soul is also coming from Supreme Lord. Super soul is directly Supreme Lord. The body is also coming from Supreme Lord. Everything is from Supreme Lord. Therefore, it is not that the Lord is giving, the Lord is discriminating between this or that. He is free from any such discrimination or enmity towards any class or clan. এই স্থলে এই ভাবার্থ যেরূপ समस्त जीवेर अनात्मा देह एवं आत्मा जीव এই উভয় ভেদ রহিয়াছে, তদ্রূপ যদি কৃষ্ণেরও দেহ ও আত্মার ভেদ থাকিত, তাহা হইলে কৃষ্ণেরও জীবগণের ন্যায় अविद्याजनित अभिमान होइतो. Another way of presenting this is that in all the living entities have got body and atma. The body and Atma, two different things are there. But in Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, the body and Atma are not different. If they were different in his case also, then there could be this discrimination, I and mine. But in the case of Supreme Lord, the body and Atma are the same, therefore there is no question of discrimination there. In our case it is there because body and Atma are different. কিন্তু কৃষ্ণের দেহ তাহা হইতে অভিন্নই, তিনি পরমাত্মাই, সেই স্বরূপভূতে নিজ স্বরূপে আমি কৃষ্ণ এরূপ অভিমানও তন্ময়ী, অর্থাৎ শ্রী ভগবানের দেহ দেহি কোনো ভেদ নাই. But the Lord and his Lord's body are non-different. He is Paramatma and he is self-manifest. Therefore, even if he has the identity that I am Krishna, that is also transcendental. I have an identification that I am such and such Maharaj, I am such and such Prabhu, I am such and such Mataji. This is bad because my body and Atma are different. But in the case of Supreme Lord, if he is identifying, I am Krishna, I am the Lord, I am the Master, I am this, he is telling, oh, how arrogant this fellow is. Someone tells that I am controller, immediately say he is so arrogant. He has no humility at all. The Supreme Lord has no humility in such a case. He is telling that I am the controller, I am the master, I am the enjoyer, I am supreme. Everyone has to serve me, everyone has to submit to me. He is telling that even if Krishna has this identity that I am Krishna, that is also Swarupa Bhuta, that is also from the self only, it is not from Ahankara, from false ego. In our case, it is from false ego. But Krishna's Ahankara is Krishna himself. No difference between Krishna and Krishna's Ahankara. Ahankara means identity or Abhiman. There is no difference between Krishna and Krishna's identity. In our case, it is there. I am a Russian, I am an American, I am an Indian. There is a lot of difference. The body belongs to Russia, the body belongs to America, the body belongs to India. I am not Russian, I am not Indian. Swarupe savar golokete sthiti. By Swarupa, by the nature, everyone is a resident of Golok. So, the identity is different for us because our body is different from Atma. But the identity of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna is not different because his body and Atma is the same. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur is presenting so logically, analytically, how, Krishna, there cannot be any possibility of false identity in Krishna. We read it, but Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur is analytically presenting it, how it is impossible in the case of Krishna. Those who have mind and body, Atma different, that will be there. But mind, body, Atma is the same. How can there be any different identity? That should be of the self only. Akhilatmaha tahar अंशरूप अंतर्जामी पुरुषेरवु आत्मरूप भूत जीवे बा जीव देहे अभिमान नाय यही भाव. And also his Akhilatma means his partial manifestation as Antaryami Purusha, all pervading Supreme Lord. He also does not discriminate. There is no discrimination for him also, which means that all pervasive principle is present in every living entity. He is not discriminating, oh, here is a demon, I shall not so stay in his body. Oh, here is an insignificant ant, somebody will trample this ant, what is the use, I will not go into the ant. No, he is present as all pervasive principle in each and every single living entity. Means even his partial manifestation as Kshirodakashai Vishnu, the all-pervasive principle, there is no identification of or there is no discrimination of good and bad in him. He is also equally disposed to everyone. Ataiva parasya maya maik vastu evang jeeva hoite binna parameshwarer sei sakal aswarupa bhuta वस्तुते अभिमानेर अभावे ताहार के द्वेष्य व के द्वेष्टा थाकिते पारे. So, Supreme Lord is Parasya. Parasya means transcendental. The meaning of transcendental is he is beyond Maya, Maik, objects and living entity. He is, separate from Maya, Maik entities and the living entities. Therefore, that Supreme Lord has no one, no enemies, and nobody can, he can become enemy of nobody. He has no enemies and nobody can make him as his enemy, because he is an all-pervasive principle. For him there is no discrimination. Yudhistira, he had no enemies. Others might have considered him as his enemy, but he never had any enemies. In the case of Supreme Lord, he has no enemies and nobody can consider him as his enemy also. Why? Because Paramatma Bhuta Dehe Tahar Je Abhiman Taha Ami Paramatma Erupa Ateva Tini Kaha Ke Dvesh Koriben Athava Paramatma Janya Taha Ke Keva Vidvesh Koribe. Because he is Paramatma, why will he have any enemies at all? And because he is Paramatma, means he is present as Atma in all the living entities, who will, hate him? Does anyone hates his own Atma? Nobody hates his own Atma, his or her own Atma. Because Atma is there, that is why life is there. Nobody hates. So nobody hates Atma means nobody is hating Paramatma, nobody is hating Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. But it is out of misidentification. He is thinking that, oh, Vishnu is my enemy. যদি বলেন দেখুন তাহা হইলে স্ববিদ্বেষী শিশুপাল প্রভৃতিকে তিনি কি জন্য হিংসা? He is not the body, there is no I and mine in the case of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Then if Shishupal used such abusive words towards him, why did he kill him? Now we kill someone, we chastise someone, we punish someone because we are hurt by someone's words or by someone's deeds. Why did Krishna kill Shishupala? If he told Gwala, you are a cowherd boy. Shishupal told, you are a cowherd boy. How can a cowherd boy have a eligibility to sit on Rajasuya Singhasana? How can he preside among this group? He is a Gwala, he is a cowherd boy. So if you tell someone as a cowherd boy, then one may get hurt. A person who has got material identity, you labor fellow. Someone says, you rascal, you fool. Then we get angry because it's a very low class thing that one is comparing us with. In a similar manner, Shishupala told to Krishna, you cowherd boy. If he is not identifying himself with the body, why should he kill Shishupala? তাহাতে বলিতেছেন দমকর্তুহু তাহাদের মঙ্গলের নিমিত্তই তিনি দণ্ডদান করিয়া থাকেন, উহা হিংসা নহে এই ভাব. This is for their welfare only, that Krishna has given punishment but not out of enviousness or hatred to Shishupala. This you have to understand. You have a question? You have a question? No, I thought you half raised the hand. I thought you have a question. Okay, so that is the end of the purport by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So the Lord, there is no difference between the Lord and the Lord's body, and the Lord is present in everyone as Paramatma. Therefore, for him, according to him, there is no one belongs to him or no one outside him. Therefore, there is no friend or foe to Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. But we see that the Lord punishes someone, it is because to bring welfare to that particular person. Okay. We'll hear about Srila Bhakti, Saurabh Bhaktisar Goswami Maharaj tomorrow. Tomorrow is his appearance day. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गांधर्विका गिरिधारी श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन पंचतत्वात्मक श्री गौर हरि की जय. परमाराधितम पतित पावन स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोस्वामी श्री गुरु महाराज की जय. नित्य लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद परमहंस स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति दयित माधव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय. जगत गुरु श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय. श्री श्री रूपानुग गुरुवर्ग की जय. श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ षड गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय. श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय. श्री कृष्ण द्वैपायन वेदव्यास महामुनि की जय. जय श्रीमद् भागवत श्रवणकारी भक्तवृंद की जय. श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय. गौर प्रेमानंदे.